Hi guys, today I made a video about recent activities and I promised I would make a video about more evidence. Let's see. So this article was published in 2016 and it shows plenty craters which are looking something like this. This was in Mexico and sometimes they have this little bowl type of view. So they kind of look like mining area, byproducts, lakes, or something like this. And like this one looks like a mountain, but they have a bunch of them all around this place. And if we zoom in into this map, we also see it all around Mexico. So probably this was a huge mining area, and this is just more places, more entrances, which look like a sinkhole right now. But actually, this was the flow of the byproduct. Okay, sometimes we see those little steaming activities like volcanic activities, but those could be terracones, and the reaction inside the terracone is still maybe active because miners engaged many ways to produce the mining elements. Okay, and also we see those craters in Saudi Arabia and Arabian Peninsula, and they look like a mud was flowing out and now it's just dry. And sometimes we see ancient artifacts close to these places, and they even have griffins as a mosaics. And we know Griffin was a Tartarian guard. Also, this is very interesting. We see little stones. So probably this is a quarry. And it looks like parallel lines and machinery work in clearing those quarries. Huge tunnels where the flow of mining solution was thrown out of this tunnel. Sinkholes which occur due to many tunnels in this area. Just the way it looks like a huge flow of something which was mined from underground. Okay. And sometimes we see just a whole bunch of rocks. So maybe you can tell me the reason why could the area be with the eruption of those rocks? Maybe just a dried solid matter which was thrown out as a volcanic eruption, but due to terracone blow up or mining hole blow up or something, pressure was coming out and those stones and rocks from underground. Who knows? but sometimes we see just signs of mud volcanoes, which is called mud volcanoes, but probably this was just another pathway, another tunnel of the fluid which was coming out. Okay, so to think about, and I want you guys to tell me what you think about those flows. I'll leave the links in the description so you can watch them by yourself. And we also see the Google map of this area. This is probably where current war in Yemen is occurring, the area of Tamar, and we see those plenty of signs of this volcanic mining activity here. So the eruption was due to reaction the miners did. Then we see a little hill or a huge hill, whatever, and then they go and mine it with the open way. So it's just like cheating on mining, cheating to create a huge hill, a huge mountain made of the solution you need, which was pressed by the reaction you made underground. So you can drill a huge tunnel, small tunnel, and somehow, some way press something inside this tunnel due to the ground. Then the reaction occur, and the huge flow eruption creates this mountain and crater, whatever, and you can bring your machinery and start mining. Okay, so probably plenty of ways that we can see how it was done. Now all we have is just what is left from them who did this. Also, I've been thinking about this flood in the United States, California flood. We don't have many pictures about this, and maybe you can guys send me some pictures if you have some resources which show the flood of California in 1862 or something like this. Okay. And another very interesting article from San Francisco, why are ships buried under San Francisco? So literally what they say is they don't know how so many ships starting to be abandoned in the Bay of San Francisco, close to the right now it's the San Francisco Financial District. It's a heart of San Francisco. And so you can grab a drink in the old ship saloon, which is underground. And so you might as well read this article. But what they say is that there is an area which is right now not a sea as it was. And there are plenty of ships that they found. And they have some explanation that it was a fire, but anyways, it was a sea. How could they, at that time, at the 1850s, 1860s, how could they have so many ways to bury whole this ship and no, not one ship, it's just a huge bunch of ships. And due to many fires, we don't know real evidence of this. They say this fires just, buried the town with all those ashes and all those buildings that were destroyed, but still it's not enough to bury the whole area. So it's supposed to be buried some other way, probably with some mud flood, just like everywhere else. Okay, but they tell us that it was buried due to the law that was inviting people to make to continue this shore area out in the sea. And also we see same things in the seaport of Boston. We see buried ships, plenty of them, in fact. And what I also found in that video that I was showing in the Moscow evidence video, that I missed one picture that I supposed to show you. If you can see people excavating the mud right in front of the Kremlin, and the level of mud is probably 5 to 6 feet. I'm not saying it's all the mud of that area, but probably it's the one that was left after the previous excavation, which I obviously did, and I proved that in that video. Okay, so now we have more clear to understand that excavations were done in several times. Every time they have a case to repair, reconstruct, they, erase the evidence step by step, because they can't, just, it's too expensive to clear the building, clear the area just like this. Just as expensive as you have to bury the whole sea in front of the city of San Francisco. Just an unimaginable amount of clay and mud you're supposed to throw into the sea, rocks, or whatever, just a huge volume, which is unimaginable. Okay, let's see if we have any questions. Okay. Have you nailed the date? Yes, I've said it was between 1840s and 1850s, probably something like this. Hello from Seattle, Washington State. Hi, люди in Руси, привет. Probably no questions, guys. What do you think of the whole World War III stuff? I've said plenty of things in the video before this, so if you might as well watch this video that was done today, and you can see my opinion about this. But probably no war, as I've said in many videos before, just a stage situation to scare the globalists to find out who's the red, who's supposed to be fired pretty soon. So probably this is the way to, when you have an information media case, you always have plenty of people bluffing, plenty of people arguing, plenty of people, provoking. And when you find out who's that guy, you probably fire that guy. If he is a decision-making person, of course. If he is just an ordinary person, you don't want to fire anybody. Okay, so this is my point of view. That's why it was done this way. That's why it was so aggressive, and that's why it was done this provoking, propagandistic way. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. Still no questions for today, so it's time to